going on, guys? It's your girl Lala coming at you with the Challenge War of the Worlds, episode 5. We're back at the Challenge House, and Turbo is having a really tough time with JP going home. They are friends, they were an alliance, and Nani is being like the best teammate ever. And we find that Turbo calls her mom because she's always taking care of him. She gives him advice. She tells him about the challenge. And it's really nice to see this relationship, this partnership growing. So we're on to the next challenge, and TJ finally tells us a hint of where we are. He says, "Welcome back to the Skeleton Coast." I can't believe it took him 5 episodes to actually tell us where they are. I Googled it. They're in Africa. Finally! Thank you. I just wanted to know where you guys were. You guys are always repping where you are, what country you're flying to, and this time I had no idea. Moving right along. This challenge is called Tired Out. And basically, there are 200 color-coded tires on one side of the desert. Partners will be tied up together by the hip with a chain. On go, they have to race to one side up a dune, and they will see an answer key with colors stacked up on top of each other. They then have to grab one tire, bring it over to their stand, and start stacking all the way to the top. They have to do this 14 times. So there will be 14 tires stacked on top of each other. Different sizes. They're all heavy, by the way. And basically, this is an endurance game. This is where we see who can actually survive, who gives up, who kills it, and who the weaklings are. This is how we find out and we start noticing who might actually get to the finale and who can survive a finale. And right off the bat, Bear and Devon are having a really tough time. I'm sorry, Bear is having a really tough time. Devon is killing it. She's going back and forth. You know, she takes a rest here and there, as would anyone else. I think it was just too much for Bear. I don't think this challenge is for you. You quit. And that's one thing that any challenge watcher, and especially TJ, hates with an absolute passion. Are quitters. And he starts throwing this big hissy fit like he's mad that other teams are ahead of him and he can't catch up, or I'm sorry, they can't catch up because it's Devon's fault. No, it's not. And Devon, I commend you for being very mature about this and not getting upset because that is your teammate, but he was completely disrespectful and he's a quitter? Are you kidding? And another one, Hunter. Now we know Hunter is this big meathead, which is why I was giving Ashley C a bit of a tough time because Hunter is a total meathead. He goes to the gym, he's all muscle, he's big, he's bad, but he has no endurance. He was getting so gassed. At the end, we find out who the Tribunal is. Of course, Ninja Natalie and Polly. I have a feeling that they're going to be in the Tribunal a few more times, but I also have a feeling that people are going to start gunning for them. And so I think their time is very limited at this point. Yeah, Nani and Turbo are getting it done, and I really like it. It seems like they're kind of sneaking under the radar. People are not really paying attention to them, and that is the best type of partnership that you want to have. That's the best team you want to have because you will get to that finale. And last but not least, Cara and Theo, and that was awesome too. TJ is literally ragging on Hunter, telling him that he needs to do more cardio because that was trash. And he tells Bear, you know, this is not something that you will do on the challenge again. He doesn't like quitters. Bro, you at the wrong game. You in the wrong show. The Tribunal gets together and it's obvious. If you haven't thought about this before, it's obvious who these 3 people are going to pick, except for one. Based off of how Bear was treating Devon, he's an automatic in. It's obvious that Zach and Zahida are going to go in because Cara is still upset about Zach taking sides with Kyle. And I can see why she's upset. On the flip side of things, Cara and Kyle were never really together. If you remember correctly, Kyle was the rebound to Abram. Cara and Abram had just broken up maybe 6 months ago. She got on the challenge and immediately was attracted to the tattoos and the hair and the accent. Now, that does not excuse the disrespectful things that he has said about Cara to Cara's face. and behind her back. Let's be clear. Zach and Kyle are friends, and Zach and Cara are friends. But what Zach says is true. If you are in fact over Kyle, then why are you stressing it so much if you're with Polly? Why do you keep looking for that fight? I don't know, I just feel like she's just trying to find a way to continue to talk about him and continue to talk to him, continue to say his name, if anything. And if you were really secure in your relationship with Polly, anything that Kyle says wouldn't matter to you and it would be funny. And anything that Zach says wouldn't matter either. The one that really came to a surprise was Gus and Jenna. As soon as they said her name, as soon as they said Gus and Jenna, Nani goes, okay, as long as you know that she's not going to get picked. So we get to I'm going to call it a courtroom, okay? We get to the courtroom and Zach is really the first one to come in. He's basically acting like Bananas acted when Wes was up there. Very rude, very sarcastic, very passive-aggressive, and just saying like, okay, there's nothing to talk about here. I know why I'm here. And Cara just has to say it. And I wish she would have said it. If in fact Cara and Zach were true friends and they really respected each other's friendship, Cara should have pulled Zach aside way before the tribunal got together to decide on the 3 teams that were being put up for elimination and said, hey, I don't understand why you're talking about me to Kyle. I don't like how you're saying this. I don't like what you're doing about that. It's hurting my feelings. A mature, secure person would go up to someone else and tell them when they are wrong and tell them when their feelings have been hurt. So clearly, Zach and Cara are no longer friends. Moving forward, they will be gunning for each other, and that's just what it is. So now Bear and Devon get in, and the thing I respect most about Devon is she is how a competitor should act when they are being put up for elimination. You stay quiet, you listen, you give your opinion, and you walk away. Bear, on the other hand, wanted to fight with everyone, and Devon literally looks at him and goes, please, can you shut up? You're ruining it for us. Gus and Jenna, there was nothing to talk about there because we know that she's not going in. We know Nani is never going to let that happen, so there was nothing to talk about there. Now, as soon as Zach leaves, and while Bear and Devon are in the courtroom, he starts talking so much shit about Cara. He is so mad. Now, we get to the killing floor, and TJ asks each individual person on the tribunal to select who they want to put up for elimination. And Cara gives this speech of, this person is a fake friend, and they have talked shit about me behind my back. They have treated every single female in this house, including Jenna, with disrespect. Jenna has been crying every night because of him, and Jenna immediately raises her hand and says, actually, he does not treat me with disrespect, and what you're saying is false. So let's cut the crap and stop making it a girl thing, and just pick him because you want to pick him. Basically, it's left to Ninja Natalie, and there are 2 votes for Bear and Devon and 2 votes for Zach and Zahida, and Ninja Natalie was very vocal about the feeling disrespected by Bear and how she didn't tolerate it and how she really wants to put him up for elimination. But then she has a moment of clarity and says, but what's right for the game is to send Zach in hopes that he goes home. And girl, you are catching on quickly. You can send Bear home at any point. He is so volatile that chances are he's going to fight someone. He's going to go home. Or he's going to quit, and that will be the reason why he gets sent home. So he is just a ticking time bomb. That's it. You don't need to do anything. He already started the clock. So he's going to go home. Devon, I'm so sorry, girl. I wish there was a way. The only thing I can think of is if you guys go in for a double elimination and you win and he doesn't, and you get paired up with a new competitor. That's the only way I see Bear going home and you not. So I'm going to hope that TJ is tired of you guys, tired of the number, and puts up another double elimination, and you get to go in and you get to fight so you can get a new partner. Ninja Natalie picks Zach, and Zahida go right down, and they, TJ gives them a moment to decide who they want to put up for elimination, and they're going back and forth. Zach wants to put someone up in the UK team, And Zahida's like, I can't do that. Like, those are my friends. Like, I literally cannot do that. If I do that, we're going home the next episode. And so they end up picking Wes and Dee. And, you know, if you don't know who Wes is someone who has won 13 eliminations in his challenge career. So Wes performs better than most during eliminations. Now, this is a really cool game, and I would have loved to be a part of this. It's called Lights Out. And on one side of the killing floor, there is a black room. Inside there is a puzzle. On the other side of the killing floor, going out into where the cars are, there are two switches. And on go, TJ will turn on the lights, and you guys will run into the black room, try and figure out the puzzle. Now, every so often, TJ will turn off the lights. When that happens, one teammate has to run all the way down to turn the lights back on, and then run back and continue fixing the puzzle. TJ loves this because he keeps turning off the lights every 5 seconds. Like, run into the black room and maybe 2 seconds go by and he turns off the light again. So he's not giving them a chance to figure out this puzzle. And it's awesome. Basically, it's like Tetris. It's a 10-gram. Now, these guys are going ham. Zach and Wes are literally neck to neck every time they're running. Zahida is trailing Dee, but not by much. She is keeping up, and they're going. And, you know, Dee and Wes win, and that makes 14 wins for Wes. And Zach and Zahida go home, and literally the game is absolutely changing. It seems as though the challenge gods have finally opened the doors, and they want to welcome Wes in to the winner's side, because Wes has tried and tried and tried and tried. I think it seems like the challenge gods have this all mapped out, and Wes is going to the finale. Cara and Theo, Wes and Dee, Nani and Turbo. Those are my three. I don't think Polly and Ninja Natalie will survive much longer. I think that their days are very much numbered. When a strong team like that is just dominating the game so quickly and every time, each team has a weakness. And we haven't gotten to the weakness of Ninja Natalie and Polly. But when we do, that could be the moment, if they play it right and if they're smart enough, they put them in for that elimination. So let's just keep an eye out. Those are my three guys I think are going into the finale. It's just going to be an uphill battle from this moment on. We're on episode 5. We're halfway there, and it's going to be an amazing ride. I'm so excited. Please join me. That's all I have for you guys today. Let me know in the comments down below. What are your thoughts? What do you think is going on? How do you feel about the whole Cara and Zach situation? If you are a longtime challenge watcher, you know that they have a really beautiful friendship. And just to see it go down for Polly, who they're not together anymore. They broke up in December. I did my research. They had a big breakup and big Twitter beef. And there are rumors that they're getting back together. But it just seems like another Abram and Cara situation where it's not healthy for her. And she needs to stop running on this hamster wheel and just finding different hamsters to run with. It's still the same thing over and over. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Cara, you know this. You are smart. Girl, get it together. All right, guys, that's all I have for today. See you later. Bye.